Okay, welcome to Fahrenheit Performance Podcast, episode 102. Yes. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
I'm going to say your names in alphabetical order. I don't want to have any fights or anything, I don't want any conflicts. In finishing, I could have done it in finishing time, I could have done age, but alphabetical order.
Okay.
Abigail, hello. Welcome.
Thank you.
Nathan, Singh, right?
Yes.
Welcome. How are you?
Thank you. Good.
You guys are a married couple.
Yes.
Married for 2 years.
Yeah.
And you've just finished Busselton full Ironman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Both of you finished it, right? So I wanted an Ironman debrief, and I thought, why not get you guys? Yeah, here's the medal. Yeah. Here's the water bottles. You guys are like $1,000 poorer from all the merch.
Exactly.
I wanted a debrief. I could have got Arjun in here, but he finished in 10 hours, and for the everyday people, 10 hours is not a realistic time. So I thought I'd get a more on the ground
Average.
recap. Welcome.
Thanks.
You want to introduce yourselves? Or how about you introduce Nathan, and Nathan you introduce Abigail?
Wow.
Okay, right?
Wonder what you know.
Oh man, that is to say. This is Nathan, my husband.
Yeah.
31 this year, right? Okay.
Oh yeah. Age.
11 days older than me,
Oh, nice.
and pretty fast biker. Have ridden a bike for more than 15 years.
I saw some old OCBC pictures of you. I don't know if I can put them up on the screen, but from back in the days, right? So you've been doing cycling for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. And been doing triathlon 2 years. For 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started last year. Yeah. That's all.
That's all.
What I said. Okay. This is my wife Abigail. Yeah. What? Oh, she just started triathlon like earlier this year. So
2025 is the year of the triathlon for you.
Yeah.
So she went from almost 0 to 4 Ironman.
Yeah.
In 1 year.
Not almost. She did go from 0 to
Yeah, I
4 higher.
did.
Yeah.
But it's crazy though. Like,
That is
crazy. Like,
Some people would 10 years of triathlon and not to full Ironman, right?
I wouldn't recommend though, yeah. So yeah, as she mentioned, we're like 11 days apart. Yeah, but I think what I always tell people when it comes to her triathlon journey is that what she lacks in speed, she has in endurance here, and I think she really showed it during her full Ironman.
Yeah. Awesome. In that fateful day, like 2.5 years ago when you got married, did you have any idea that you'd be doing an Ironman or had any plans on doing any sort of triathlon, even endurance sports back then?
Honestly, we didn't even know what a triathlon was.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of knew, but I never imagined myself doing it. Yeah, it was just like even the marathon, like I only started running a marathon in 2021. Right, that was that was after I met her. Then I kind of always wanted to do a marathon. It's just that I never got down to doing it until I met her because she has already done the 2019 one.
Okay.
Yeah, and he hates running, like absolutely hates it. Like he has flat feet every time he steps. Yeah. So he will tell me like, oh, it's 5 km, and I'm like, I'm so tired. Like he's just complaining.
Yeah, I'm like that too.
I'm like, come on, it's only 5 km. You want to do a 42 km?
Yeah, and now you've done a full Ironman. A marathon's really cute, right? Because what you do at the end there.
So it was quite a journey. Never imagined, because what exactly got us into this triathlon was quite crazy, because I was at work one day and then she just like tagged me saying that, hey, there's this YouTube video of this two brothers that did a full Ironman after 8 months of training. They are called Average Rob and Arnold the Kid. If you're free, go check it out.
It's really good.
So after watching that video, you're like, damn, if they could do it, we can too. Yeah, and that's when it started last year. So I started meta sprint, mostly short distance, like sprint distance, standard distance. Right? And then this year I did the T100, followed by Zaru 70.3, Western Sydney 70.3, and then the full Ironman. So I had quite a good build up leading up to this. However, for Abby, she just started this year.
So my story is like kind of different. So he got very interested in triathlon after watching the videos, and we were like, okay, maybe he will do an Ironman one day. But for him, he's not a very consistent person in terms of training. So I know a lot of people, whenever they look at us, like our friends, they always ask me like, oh, how's your training plan like? How consistent are you in the training? Yeah. It's not him, it's me.
Nice.
I'm not a consistent one.
Yeah, good.
And the thing is, you cannot tell him to do the training sessions. He has to I have to do it. And then
I feel bad.
he'll feel bad and then he'll start doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Whatever works.
yeah, so okay, I'll just do the whatever swim bike run that that you have to do in order to complete the triathlon. So he had it going in 2024, right? Yeah, but he wasn't very consistent. So I'm thinking like maybe he can get into the next level like this year. But he needs consistent training. But he doesn't believe in it. Every day is a rest day because he's feeling tired, right? Yeah, so okay, I'll go ahead and like, train with him. But then as I train and I continued doing the disciplines, I'm like, I might as well also do triathlon myself. Yeah, I'm really doing the distance. Like, why not do the whole thing as well? Yeah, but it was not as easy as I thought it was. Yeah.
But you've done 170.3 and 1 full Ironman now, right?
She hasn't considered 2 because she did the D0 on my experience.
Oh, okay.
So it's like,
But if you, in terms of branding wise, 1 half Ironman and 1 full Ironman. Yeah.
Okay. So it was really 1 calendar year you did did you do the Metasprint series as well?
Yes, I did. It was like the starter pack.
So how did you in your first race?
Oh my God.
Like when you get to T1 or maybe T2, like what was going through your mind?
she was struggling in the suit.
No, yeah, the start with the swim.
Yeah, because it's in East Coast, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe aquapon.
Actually, I
Aquapon is in
started
St.
with
Hills, right?
the aquathlon, which was the 750-meter swim, and then followed by a 5 km bike ride. So
I can run.
5 km, 5 km. I'm so sorry. Yeah, so I haven't started learning freestyle then. I was just doing a breaststroke, and I was barely doing it well. Yeah, so during that 750 meter swim, everyone went ahead, and then immediately in the first 5 seconds, you could see like a huge gap between me and like 2 other girls behind. And then I was like just doing my breaststroke. Okay, yeah, let's keep a good pace. And then I think like maybe about 500 meters in, I was like, oh my God, when is this hell gonna end? And then after I got off, I'm like, oh my goodness, like so dizzy because if you don't kick your legs enough, you tend to get dizzy after you get off of the swim. Yeah, and then I took like a very long transition time before I went on to the run. But surprisingly, I had my best run split. Yeah, in my entire
Your
life.
legs are well rested.
You did your run.
Yeah, which also is surprising. Yeah, so that was what went down in the first aquathlon. And then I thought to myself, oh, by the way, I already signed up for an Ironman then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh my goodness.
So you guys have signed up for Busselton
In January.
in January.
6 June.
So you had to do. So there's no choice. You had to do all of these pre-races because if you don't do them, you're screwed.
So we signed up, and then I kind of told her, you better do a sprint at least to
No kidding.
Yeah.
to familiarize yourself with triathlon,
Yeah.
So she went ahead with it, and then I think that was the start of
Luckily, you liked it.
Yeah, but I found out how screwed I was.
Yeah, she was so angry.
Shit.
Because I think her swim pace was like 3:58 per 100 meters. Which was,
Yeah, it was way off the cutoff
The
time.
current just dragging you along. So you finished that and then you realized, oh shit, I got to learn how to swim. I got a
Yeah.
lot of things to work on, right? So did you sign up for a swim squad or what?
no, actually. Yeah, so basically,
Watch YouTube videos?
yeah, lots of YouTube videos. We had like a swim instructor that teaches kids in our condo. So then we just approached him like, hey, can we learn how to swim freestyle? Don't have to be competitive, just at least some proper technique.
Yeah.
So he gave us like 4 lessons, and he said that like, okay, you just continue with whatever practice, and yeah, so we just practice, but somehow this girl is not very good at observing and learning. So YouTube videos don't really work for her.
So she needs to.
Yeah,
to
so
do-
she has to do. Yeah, she's more of an action learner.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then when I was trying to teach her initially, it was a bit of a...
There's no way. There's no way you can teach her because you're the husband, right? She's not. It's not. You pay someone $100 and you listen to it because you're paid $100, right?
Yeah.
You,
It's like everything I say became like, oh, you're so mean.
yeah. It's just a fact of life. There's no way it will work.
And then I'm like, I'm trying my best here to listen and do. And then he's like, oh no, you're not doing it right. You're not doing it right. I was like, yeah, I know I'm not doing it right. That's why I'm trying my
That's why I'm
best.
taking lessons.
Yeah, and we couldn't really go to swim squats because of our schedules. Like he has like a 12-hour shift. It's like
From
8 a.m. to 8 p.m. which is
yes.
and he has to reach on time, so it's very difficult. And
This is a government dog.
yeah, and he's kind of like my chaperone. So if I don't have a car, it's very
You're the passenger princess.
Yeah. Even though she can drive.
Oh yeah,
But swimming is one of those things where if you're swimming badly and you keep swimming, you do a lot of training, it doesn't actually
Yeah.
it doesn't actually do anything. It just
Agree.
reinforces the bad habits, right?
absolutely.
So you need to get in a
Yeah,
routine of learning how to do it properly.
Yeah, so as much as, he's always like telling me what to do and, telling me whatever I do is absolutely wrong, I have to listen to his feedback and like try to continue learning and feeling the water. And also, I guess like in terms of having a community, that helps as well. Like, you're not listening to just one person, you have like a third party perspective of like, oh yeah, Nathan is saying the right things. In terms of what?
I'm not really sure.
Not either. A third party to trouble into that I'm saying the right thing.
I was like, okay, yeah, he's right. I need to, put aside that ego. And he also needs to put aside the ego to not get frustrated. He tells me things. Yeah, so...
So how much did your swim? So your first swim was 4 minutes, 100 meters, right?
Yeah.
And your Ironman swim in Busselton, what was it?
Yeah, it was about a 2:34 pace.
There you go.
1 year.
So I'm very, very happy about the time. It was the fastest swim I ever gotten in the entirety of my swimming career.
You're not making any money, Yeah. Can't call it a career. It's a journey.
Journey.
Okay, so after you did all 3 meta sports?
I didn't do the duathlon just because I'm afraid of my bike handling is not great.
Okay. But you had to do the triathlon, right? So and both of you did that. So then when was Desiree, like in late May or something, right?
Yeah.
So late May, and then you did Western Sydney after that.
Yeah.
And then now it's early December and you've just done one whole year spread out.
It's really, it's kind of like 11 months if you were to think about it.
26 Jan,
Yeah.
7 December. Yeah.
Yeah.
So whose idea was it to sign up for that first Ironman?
At first, it was a 70.3 for him.
Yeah.
To sign up for just a 70.3 and then we see how it goes. But then, as we were training, I was telling him, you already put in the hard work and the training. Why not just do the full Ironman when we have the
Come on.
discipline?
No. The amount of training it takes for a 70.3 and the amount of training it takes for a full Ironman is not half, right? It's not
Just to double.
Yeah, you kind of double the intensity. It's a lot more than that. But
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, so it's like
I guess whatever logic you need to click that buy button.
it's really an act of blind faith at that point of time. So, after we signed up for the full Ironman, and then people gave us the reaction like, "Oh my god, you're doing a full Ironman!" Then that's where we really got it.
A lot of triathletes
Take yours.
just they just stop at 70.3. It's like
Yeah.
they know they think they know how much it's going to take to train for it, and they don't. Like I've never done a full Ironman before. I've done 70.3, but not a full, because it's just like it just seems like so much work.
Yes. Yeah.
And now, was it so much work?
Yes, it's so much work. So much work.
Waking up early in the morning, like at 4 or 5 a.m. and then just going out on long rides on the weekends takes out a lot. And of course, you have like the family, commitments, to have lunch with family members and everything. So a lot of sacrifices had to be made. And then, so it was definitely very different from 70.3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I guess in the runner's perspective, the half marathon is and a marathon is not just twice the distance, right?
Yeah,
it's like three times harder than a half marathon. But
It's not 4 times 10.
Yeah, so I did.
Yeah, and also in terms of the fatigue that you feel after training, it's like you also need to take so much time to recover from just like a 5-hour bike ride. Yeah, and then if you really want to do things after that, it's not possible.
you mean like work? So the worst.
like riding 100, like a century ride on a Saturday and then followed by a long run on a Sunday and then going to work on a Monday and starting at like 8 a.m. and it's like your colleagues are just telling you, oh, how's your weekend? And I'm just like, oh, I just did like a long.
It's always an exciting.
6 hours on the bike and 5 hours.
And they will tell me like, oh, I woke up at like 10. It's like, okay, good for you. Yeah.
Yeah, there's always something to say about your weekend, or like, oh, how's your day? How was your weekend? Like, oh yeah, I just did like a 100 km bike ride, 3 km swim open water.
And you guys both have quite high profile jobs, not high profile, but like quite high level jobs, right? So it's like a 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a Monday afternoon.
Yeah.
You get a bit dirty, you feel a bit drowsy, right? You can't just like have a nap on your desk, right? You gotta have an extra cup of coffee and
Usually at 2 I have meetings until 4 or sometimes 6.
which is the worst because the meetings you're not actually.
You can't.
Sometimes you're not actually participating, right? So you just go sit there and listen and
Yeah, I think afternoons are the worst. So I try to do everything in the morning, clear everything, and then by the afternoon it's just meetings. Meetings that I try to survive and try to hype myself up for. Yeah, but weirdly enough, like I keep like the constant thought in my mind is about what's my next training session. I was like, okay. Or like just the small talk will always be about triathlon to my colleagues, which is crazy because they totally do not understand what vigor I'm going through. And they'll be like, oh wow, you did a 1K swim like in the open waters. And
But logically, right? You guys have signed up for this, right? So you're not being forced to do it.
Yeah.
So for them, it's like you
signed up.
Yeah, what are you complaining? You have to blame. This is what you want, right?
yeah, it's true. Yeah.
So Western's time met you guys a month before Western Sydney, maybe, right? Around about. And you were like super gung ho for Western Sydney, right? You wanted to go out and do your PB.
Do a
but it didn't quite turn out the way you wanted. Why do you
Totally different.
talk us through that race?
Yeah, so basically because Singapore is usually very warm, but Western Sydney when we went in September, it was cold and it was a lake swim with a compulsory wetsuit. So it's like I think maybe like 16 degrees or less. Yeah. So it was a man-made lake in Penrith. So it's very cold waters. I think our wetsuit was only 3 mm, so it was not enough. So I went into the swim, started cramping up like 600 meters in on my left.
Of a 1.9, right?
Yeah, of a 1.9. So then came out of the water, had a big shock of the cold air, which was about 12 degrees. Shivered on the bike for the first hour, 24 km per hour, which was totally not.
It's at 10 kilometers an hour slower, right?
Yeah, because usually I can average maybe 10.
And when you're cold on the bike,
Yeah.
your muscles seem to harden.
Yeah.
Right?
So I was really tense, like my neck and everything. I was just shivering the entire time. And after the first hour, I managed to increase my power. So I was averaging maybe 35. But then because of the initial 1 hour, I could only sustain until the 55 km mark. And that's when I really felt like back aches, neck aches, and I thought that maybe it could be the bike fitting that we did. I wasn't very familiar, but then I was like, can't be me. I'm not gonna blame Martin for this, he did a great job. But so I kind of told myself that I was probably too tense, for the first hour, and that's when my mindset just shifted from wanting to do a sub 5 to just, let's just enjoy this race. That's not every day is gonna be a great day. Yeah. So that's when I just enjoyed the scenery, in Western Sydney. And yeah, on the run, after I did my first loop, because there was 3 loops of 7 km to make up the 21. So after my first loop, I tried running, but then wasn't used to a cold, dry air. So I just did like a walk jog until I reached my second loop. That's when I saw Abby.
So Abby, you were in the same race, right? Your first ever. Yeah. How did your race go?
Oh, man.
So we can talk up until when you meet again.
Yeah. Oh man.
So by this time you know how to freestyle, right?
Yeah, I could do freestyle at that point of time, but I wasn't great at freestyle. It was like a barely surviving kind of freestyle. Yeah, so when I first went in the water, I tried to swim freestyle. I thought like, okay, that's fine, it's very cold waters, but I think my body couldn't take the cold and I started like hyperventilating. And like there was a bit of like a panic attack at that point of time because I couldn't even hold my freestyle or do any form of breaststroke.
And when your breathing is constricted as well, it's easy.
Yeah, exactly. And I had to hold on the kayak twice when I was in this race. And the thought of going through that, holding on to the kayak and not being able to swim was like, should I just like cut my race short and like not finish. Yeah.
They didn't give you $500, $1,000 airfare, hotel. We work on your bike. By that time, you're on the tri bike,
I
right?
know, right? Yeah. And also at that point of time, like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to wait for my husband to do his entire
Yeah, right. You're gonna wait in the side anyway, so why not?
So I changed my mindset a bit. I told myself like, hey, I'm just gonna swim as I have trained for, and not think about the time or the cut off. I'm just gonna do as much as the best as I can.
Yeah.
And eventually I finished it, and I finished at a very bad pace, but I finished within that cut off
So
time.
coming out of the water, you're like, yes.
Yeah. But like it's like halfway through the swim, it was quite nice because you got used to the water. It's cold, so it's like a bit of like a cold shower. So it's very refreshing. But yeah, I was swimming as fast as this guy that was doing a breaststroke, and I couldn't overtake him. That was so bad, right? Yeah, but you know, it's all about finishing and feeling good that you finished your race. Yeah, and on the bike ride, I had a very different experience from him. I didn't feel cold, maybe because I got more body fat. Yeah, but I was feeling good in terms of like going on the TT position. Yeah, Martin's bike feels good for me. Yeah, yeah. I tried on cleats for the second time in my life. Back core, I fell like 10 times.
Through the bike ride.
Yeah.
I thought once you clipped in and moving, you don't fall off anymore, right?
That's what I thought too.
Did you stop at the aid stations and stuff, or what was it?
I stopped at the U-turns, but then there was like a slight gradient there. It was a very slight gradient, but I couldn't push myself off the slight gradients. Yeah, so I had to have like a technical official push me off twice for that. Yeah, and then after that, what happened was, yeah, I fell like 10 times because of the winds, like not being able to go fast enough. Anything under the sun, I basically like, even the old man passed me and asked me, "Are you okay?" I'm like,
No, but in Australia, there are some old dudes. They've been doing it for 40 years, and you don't feel bad if an old dude passes you in Australia because they're tough as nails sometimes.
and it's quite funny because they're so aggressive when it comes to like cycling, but they can be so nice when it comes to helping.
Supporting,
yeah, exactly. Like, supporting you and asking if you're okay and getting like a technical official to find you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then after the bike ride, all the drama that happened. Yeah, then I met him on the run. It's quite funny because
Because you guys are wearing matching suits, right? So you saw this like orange suit up ahead. Did you notice him immediately?
yeah,
We kind
I
of saw
think
each
we saw
other
each
in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
So I was heading out for
you
my
might
second loop, and then she's kind of just started for like me halfway through her first loop. So then this is where we caught up, and then so I told her.
Who's happier to see the other person?
You must.
Because you're suffering, you have to see her, right? But she's like dragging herself into
Yeah. So I was happy to see her because it's like I knew when I went into the water, I was like, oh no, Abby's gonna be suffering because I found it a struggle. And then when I got out on the bike course, I was thinking like her bike handling is terrible. And I was like, and she was doing cleats for
It comes from a loving place.
Yeah, because we're loving. So I was really concerned. So having to see her on the bike, the run course, I was like, okay, she made it. You know, I was happy. I was really proud of her. But then I told her like, how long more do you have to run? And she said she just started like on her first loop. So I was already on my second, and that's when I told her, okay, I'll wait for you. Because
No,
yeah, in my mind, I was like,
sorry.
I'm not gonna hit the sub
I need to interrupt you. When he asked me how many laps have I done? I told him I just started, and he gave me the facial expression like, you mean you just started?
no, yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm like, if he don't give me that reaction right now, I'm really suffering. Yeah, and then he told me he's gonna wait for me, and that's where the stress comes in, because he's so fast in relativity to how fast I am. I'm like, I'm not gonna make you wait
Yeah.
that long.
I think.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
And then
Because you came dead last in your age group, right?
Yeah.
186 out of 186. Yeah. So I was looking up the stats for that race, and once you get down that far down the train, it doesn't matter if you're stopped and sit on the side of the road, as long as you make the cutoff and you get your medal.
yeah, but the best part, if he walked the entire 21 km, he would have finished earlier than the time I did.
Yeah, that's because of the speed on the bike, maybe.
Yeah. So like when I started the run, I mean, I kind of told myself, I think I had 14 Ks left. So then when I told her that I'll wait for her, of course, she said, don't wait for me, just go. Then I was like, in my mind, I was like, it's not like I'm going to run anyway. So I'm just going to chill,
So you just sit on the aid station and just
No, so I
get
just
out
walked the 14 km, and every aid station I was just taking like cups of water, just drinking. I was having a picnic basically. Taking out the molten gels and a few bars of banana.
Awesome, put in
Yeah. I did take quite a bit, stuffing my pockets. Act like I'm taking them, and then like further down the road, just like. Oh.
David didn't know.
It's a meme. The most because they're $7 each or something, right?
Yeah.
It's like you make your race entry fee back when you empty out.
True, that's true.
Yeah, so I was just having a picnic, just a literal walk in the park. Yeah, it was enjoyable.
But then you get the nice finish line photos, right? So you can put that on the wall. We finish together across the line.
So that's my mindset when I knew that I couldn't hit the sub 5. I was just like, I'm gonna finish with her because this was her first like Ironman 17.3, and I thought it would be nice, finishing with her, someone we were wearing matching suits and everything. So I just took my time, and then the last few 100 meters I had to stop by the side of the road just to wait for her because I saw her on the opposite side of the lake.
So she's quite close to her.
Yeah, so she was quite close, and there were medics there, so I had to tell them like, I'm fine, don't come to me, go and attend to other people.
But you're 186 out of 186. You sure you're okay?
Yeah, I just told her I'm waiting for my wife, so no worries. Yeah, so I just sat there, and then eventually she came, and we just dropped to the finish line.
Yeah, it was nice.
So then, your last race before the Ironman is this race.
Yes.
Was it did you switch gears? Like, how did you psych yourself back up? Did you have to pep talk him in to go to training? Like, were you down after that race or?
Not really.
Actually, we had such a, for me at least, like I had such a emotional moment after that race because it was like a rude awakening of how hard a race in a different condition and how difficult a half Ironman was at that point of time. So actually the next day when I woke up, I was very, very upset. Actually, I broke down quite a bit. Like, he would know. Yeah. Because I was like thinking to myself, like, oh man, like,
in 2 months, I've got to do twice that distance.
yeah, and I'm barely making it for a 70.3. I was barely making it to the cut-off time. And it's not a 70.3 times 2 for a full Ironman. It was a 70.3 times 3 in terms of the training, right? Yeah, so it was we were so, we were quite, at least we were quite in a fraud in terms of like whether we should defer the full Ironman because we were clearly not ready for a full Ironman.
Yeah.
Right?
We wanted to defer, and just that because when we registered for the full Ironman, we booked the hotel through Nirvana. So I wrote in asking if we could have like a refund or could we defer to another year, and they said that because it's booked through them, they have to follow the hotel cancellation policy, which was no refunds. So we were thinking like, damn, we already spent like 2K. And so we were just like, let's just...
They probably just have a refund policy, but they get people like you guys all the time trying to defer, so they said, nope. Talk you back into it.
So we had kind of no choice because we already paid like 2K for the accommodation. So then we told ourselves, let's just train.
Suck it up.
Yeah, don't think so much about the race itself. Just train as much as we can. See how we end up feeling.
Yeah.
Just before the race.
Because if you had deferred, which is very easy to do, right?
Yeah.
You could be here today. And then you have another year before the race. You now got to
maybe we
trade again for a whole month,
Exactly,
a whole more year.
Yeah, and like, do I really want to do that? I mean, I could, but I wouldn't know how it would feel like to finish this year. And I think I would completely regret it because the water conditions was so good. And like, I could have finished it even though, I'm not the best swimmer. Yeah, so thank God. Like, in terms of like the limited choices we make the best out of the resources that I have at the moment, the current situations or like abilities that we have. So I think sometimes it's good not to have too many options because when it comes to too many options, you have this decision paralysis. Maybe I can just do it next year. Like, there's always time.
If there's a back door, it's easy to take, right? But if there's no back door and you're backed against the wall, you just
Exactly.
no choice to go forward.
Yeah, and maybe 5 years later, I'm not doing an Ironman yet. Yeah.
Yeah, again, right here.
Yeah.
Let's talk about training a bit. How many hours were you guys doing? Were you both training together? Is it what was the training situation? Do you have two trainers set up at home in the spare room, or what? This,
Yes. Yeah. So we have 2 bike trainers side by side and a TV. So that's when we just occupy our time, just switch off, watch the TV, and just keep riding. But
is there like pressure? Like if Abby's on the trainer in the afternoon, like after work, and then you just want to, and you're just vegging out on the couch, you'd be like,
yeah, so
damn it, I've got to go, I've got to show up.
yeah, so most of my training is actually because Abby is doing it first. So as mentioned earlier, she kind of guilt trips me into doing.
I did not guilt trip you. I just show up for my
I just feel
training.
bad.
No one can stop. No one can stop how you feel. You're feeling your own feelings.
Yeah. So usually when she's like on the trainer and I'm tired, I'll just like, okay, maybe I should just get on.
Yeah.
And just try. Even if I don't push hard, at least I get a session in. Yeah. So I guess it did work. Because most of the time when she's out there like on her bike trainer, then I'll join her. Yeah. Or if she decides to do a short run, then I'll join her as well. Yeah. So, but in terms of the training, we were probably not doing enough. I felt like, because most people, when we talk to them, they said that we should at least be doing like 12 hours a week kind of thing.
over
But then, but we were doing like just under 10 hours per week.
Yeah, but eventually we did get up to 10 to
about 10.
15 hours
About 10.
because of the long sessions on the
So like
weekend.
October, November, early November, you'll be doing sessions.
So basically what happened was, because we went to Bintan training camp with Elevate
Elevate.
Tribal. Yeah. So Elaine from Elevate, she was talking to one of the other members, and she said, if you don't have time to focus on the on the short sessions, like your speed work, intervals and everything, just focus on the long ones, build up the endurance, because there's no point going fast if you can't even last the entire race. So even though she wasn't talking to us, I kind of heard what she said, and I always reminded Abby, because she was stressing out. She's saying, I'm not getting my intervals, and I just told her that if you don't get your intervals in, at least you will have the energy to do your long runs and bike rides and everything on the weekends. So that's what we prioritize on mostly our training.
So it's quite funny because most of the time people would think that he's the one clocking in the sessions because it's a fast guy.
Before you guys sort of came into the hours, well, I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, and
I thought you would be like the one that, let's go.
That's the total opposite.
so you have to clarify that I'm the one
Yes,
putting in the sessions.
you should be wearing the medals, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess in terms of my mental health and in terms of, making sure I don't overdo in terms of training, like Nathan's definitely the person that was the best training partner to have, because, sometimes you fret over like hard training sessions, but then after you do the hard training sessions that maybe it's not in terms of your ability, you tend to feel very tired the next day and you're not doing the best of a certain session. So he's the one that always reminds me that, hey, the session has already been missed. So let's move on to the next session that we have.
Yeah, and it's easy if you miss a session to have a revenge training the next session, right? Oh, I missed our 10K run. Let's just go 15 next time to catch up at least.
Yeah, but is it worth it and is it very necessary? That's something that you need to talk to yourself and calibrate in terms of, if you do have a coach, that's something that you should discuss. And like for us, being amateur, self-taught,
Self-coach.
self-taught trainers, it's just more of like sharing how we feel and how can we modify and calibrate the next training sessions that we have.
And how was it juggling full-time jobs?
Oh, it's tiring.
Yeah, man.
Like, because I have to go to work, but thank God my schedule is more, I wouldn't say flexible. I still have to go to office.
So you're 8 to 8, right?
8 to
But is that like 4 days a week?
It's about sometimes 3, sometimes 4.
Yeah.
So usually my weekends maybe could be a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or a Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Okay.
So during the week, sometimes in the middle, I also have an off day. So usually I'll take advantage of all the off days and weekends to really put in my training, a lot of long sessions. Yeah, but for her, she works from home. So usually like after she's done with work, immediately she'll
Oh, that's good. You don't have a half an hour commute to get to like CBD or something, right?
Yeah. So our weekends usually we will train together. That's when we do the bike rides at Lim Chu Kang. We'll just do loops, and it's beneficial for us because I can go at my own pace and she can go at our own pace.
And you're within sight of each other.
Yeah,
Sort of
exactly.
easy, yeah. So I think for any partner who wants to do training together where you have different abilities, I think just doing loops, whether at Tanah Merah or Lim Chu Kang,
Or even on the track at
track.
running track peak. You can finish your workout, sit on the side of the track, and then
just wait.
just wait. It's not like you're out in the middle of Prungy and you don't know what the heck. Something's going on already.
Don't know whether the person's fine. Yeah, so it was good. Yeah, but it's definitely tiring. Like having to juggle work and training.
Yeah.
You know, the funny thing is that at least the both of you are going through the same thing. If you didn't work and you worked, oh no, if you're not doing triathlon and you are doing triathlon, or vice versa, right?
Yeah.
And then this person's out there 15 hours a week doing training, right? It's the dynamic of the relationship changes quite a lot, and it's I think it's quite hard for the person that's not doing it. They need to have a pretty good hobby as well, otherwise they're just going to be like
Complaining, saying why are you always so tired?
Yeah. Because you go for a 6-hour ride, and then the spouse thinks, "Yay, they're home. Let's go for a picnic or something, right?"
Oh, yeah.
And all you want to do is have a nap on the couch. It's
It's true. And it's also quite fun when you train together because you get to share like similar feelings and stories, and like he will understand my pain, I'll understand his pain, you know. Yeah.
Like when there was one we saw like this really huge wild boar at Lim Chu Kang while riding.
I've seen it out there as well.
Yeah, so they're huge, like bigger, like double this table length.
Yeah, you don't realize how big and scary wild boars are actually.
So you get up close and he's like, oh shit, he's gonna stop here. I'm doing great, let that person pass. It's like, okay.
Yeah, man, it's so scary.
I've seen.
Yeah, it's so scary, and you don't know whether they will look at you and start going your direction.
Yeah. So it's all these kind of experiences we can share at the end of the training, rather than I go home and just tell her that like, oh, I saw this wild boar, and she'll be like, okay, cool. Yeah. Let's just be late.
You take yourself through.
Selfie. Oh my god.
Ride the wild boar.
Well, I realize, right? Because the other person will. Did you rain quite consistent? Did anybody get sick in the lead up to it, or?
So yeah, that was our main concern: injury prevention and just staying healthy. So that's why I told her, if you don't feel well, it's fine to just skip that session. There's always another day.
Yeah, because you don't want to run yourself into the ground and dig yourself in the hole.
Because the moment you're sick, I mean, leading up to our, I think, Tizaru races, I think I did get sick, and I did also get a slight like a knee discomfort. So I told her this time around that, okay, even if we can't meet the session, there's always another day, because once you are sick or injured, you're out for like 2 weeks. And we can't afford that because you only had like 2 to 3 months.
1 year. And 1 week is 2% of the year.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that. Okay, good to know.
So yeah, I think that was our main focus, and every time we felt a little bit like under the weather, we would rest, take all those like Chinese herbal teas, just to make sure that our health.
Just stacking everything in the right side of the fence.
But mentally, it's quite tough because you're so used to the training regime, and then you're like sick, and like your fitness will go down. You gotta build it back up.
The funny thing is, to say mentally, it's quite tough to miss a day. You did Busselton on Sunday, right? It's now Saturday again. You haven't done anything since Sunday. It's not so tough. It's just when you have the goal, when the finish line is there and stuff, right?
True. Yeah, I haven't done like absolutely nothing.
Yeah, you're not feeling guilty about that.
Yeah,
it's great.
It's off season.
No, we did go for a short swim, like just a short.
Oh man, it's not even a swim, please. It's not even 100 meters.
Recovery day. Okay, so the race.
Yeah.
Busselton, 71.3. A lot of Singaporeans go down.
Yeah.
I think 35 of my friends went down for that.
Wow.
for some combination of, 71.3 or Ironman or whatever, right? So it was a full Ironman. Abby, 15.05, correct?
Yes.
Right? Nathan, 12.37.
Yes.
Right? Both very good times. 17-hour cutoff, so you well on the right side of the cutoff. As Abby, you posted the day before the race this might be my last post. I don't know if I'm going to finish. I don't know what the cutoff time. There's a big Busselton sign above your head. It was kind of like getting ready to, this is like, I'm making an excuse if I fail. This is why.
And a disclaimer.
Yeah, like a little asterisk disclaimer, right? But you did it well.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I posted that because I'm really not sure I could finish because last year's conditions were horrible. Like, people were not finishing, they are being picked off the boats. I'm like, okay, if this year this is gonna happen, I'm not going to have that finisher experience or post that I wanted to have to post. But I really felt like the entire journey has been so humbling and so fulfilling that at least I want to be able to post like an Instagram post to like thank all the support that I had and all the experiences that I had in like the best possible feeling that I was feeling at that moment, which was before the race.
Because I texted you both like a week before saying good luck, or a few days before, and then Abby texted me back saying, I just hope I don't get cut in the bike cut. Come on. So that's what I had to do with for the entire year. So then, when I was tracking you on the tracker, right? As soon as I saw run 3.1 or something, and then you registered your first check-in on the run, I was like, oh yes, she didn't get cut. I'm not happy about that, and that's not happy because then you can sort of just by the time on the run, there's no chance of being cut anymore unless you don't pass the set, but you still get the finisher feels. But the race itself, the swim. Everyone said the swim was beautiful.
The swim was
calm, very calm.
No waves. I think I didn't even feel any currents. It was cloudy at the start. I think the 70.3 people probably had a little bit of like murky water because of the clouds. But for us, but when we started our the rolling starts, the sun came out. So then we could see that the water was super clear. Yeah, we could see fishes.
Oh, you should.
Yeah, she saw like a stingray.
Not really a stingray, some form of ray. Yeah, it was very beautiful and it was quite shallow in terms of the shoreline. Yep. So you really can see all the way down, and it's a huge core memory for me. It was so good. Like, my expectation was like maybe like a level 1, but it exceeded by like level 10, level 11. Yeah, so really, really
perfect
beautiful.
Conditions, I would feel like it was really calm, nice water. It wasn't too cold, and then this time we got a thicker wetsuit, so it was really comfortable. Like
so it's warmer and thicker, so you're a bit more buoyant. Yeah, nice swim. So what? How far into the swim were you like, Abby? I've got this. I'm okay.
I think so.
800 meters.
Yeah. I
when
think
you start feeling that you could finish.
Oh man, I think after turning towards the Aussie exit, then I feel like, hey, actually I feel quite good in the swim. Like, nice. I had a lot of energy. I could go for the second round. Yeah.
So the first loop is about 2.2 Ks. And then you Aussie exit, and it's a 1.6 second round. Yeah. So after I came out on the first loop onto the Aussie exit, I was like, oh, I'm feeling so fresh. So I just popped the gel because I kept one inside my wetsuit. I popped the gel. It was like the Pure Nutrition cola flavor, and it is nice. Even it's on its own, but then after I took it, I went back into the salt water and
you can't wash it down with anything.
Yeah, so somehow the salt water kind of cancelled out the sweetness of that gel, and I just tasted this bitter hurtful thing. So it's like it was pop like this. It distracted me for the first, the second loop. Like I think the first 200 meters of the second loop, I was just like, oh my god, I gotta get this taste out. I was like, it was a great swim. Yeah, very nice.
Then coming out of the water onto the bike's uneventful. Uneventful's good, right?
Uneventful is good. The volunteers were amazing. Like, they were so ready to hand over your items, pick up your items, like put sunscreen.
Oh, the transition volunteers.
They just kept asking, do you need me to take the transition bags? Are you done? Do you need more sunblock? Do you need more Vaseline? And they were really...
Yes.
Yeah. Please help.
Yeah, T1 was quite uneventful for me.
Yeah, everyone was just complaining, saying that like it was so difficult to get out of the wetsuit.
Oh,
because it was, I wouldn't say it was a long transition, but because it's dry and the sun was up, so by the time we reached the transition 10, most of our wetsuits, like the outer part, was dry. So having to pull it out of your arms and legs was a bit of a struggle.
And then bike ride, no cramps, no coldness, no tense arms this time.
This time, no coldness. Yeah, so I felt great. Like the first 30 or 40 Ks was okay, but then after the 40 K, somehow like the fatigue just came. You know, and it's just like wow. I was like,
That's why you got to keep fueling. Like you don't realize, right? But if you're not fueling, and you miss that wall will hit.
Yeah. So I think I was on top of my nutrition a little bit too on top, because by the time I reached 165 Ks, I started having GI issues. So I started feeling really bloated, couldn't burp, and just really uncomfortable. So I just told myself, okay, I'm just gonna ease off the frequency of the times I take the gels and everything. And so for the last 15 Ks, I think I probably didn't take enough nutrition, but then at least I felt comfortable. So when I started the run, it felt great, but then of course
the lack of nutrition catches up again with you.
Yeah, but on the bike I peed myself like 5 or 6 times.
You're not a real triathlete unless you do that.
Yeah, so at first it was a challenge, it takes some skill, but then once the first time you let it go, then you're just like, okay.
It's like when you're in the ocean and you pee in the wetsuit. It's like
it's just like now just floating in your own. It's kind of goes, but
nobody knows. So
we do what we do now.
Everyone knows now, but to me it was like it's a gross thought. But when you're on a bike, just waiting for people at the those portaloos at the aid stations, sometimes it takes off time. So in my mind, it's like I wanted to have an average of maybe 30 Ks per hour for the bike, try to maintain.
Did you make that in the end?
It's like 29.4, I think. Yeah, but mostly because it was really windy when we were coming back. Like I was going at 25, 26 on just the last 15 Ks. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, when I pass the aid stations, I would use the water bottles just to wash it out. Yeah, just holds myself now.
Yeah, how was your bike? Was your bike any? How was your bike?
He had a
I had a very eventful bike, right? Like absolutely eventful.
You're happy you finished the swim, right? So you're still a bit cheerful when you started the bike, right?
Oh yes, I think I was smiling in all my photos.
So good.
Yeah, so for me, because of my bad bike handling skills and also the limited time we have, I decided to opt for flat pedals.
Oh, so you just wore running shoes the whole time.
Yeah.
So in hindsight, was that a good or bad
It was a good thing because if I could not keep up and keep it, I think I would waste more time trying to do that. Because I had to actually stop before I take my nutrition and my bottles.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you can't drink and ride.
Yeah, I promised that I would do my bike handling well next year as part of my New Year's resolution.
You do when you're on your trainer at home. Just keep practicing it.
Yeah, I will.
You just don't put the stuff on the table next to you. You just put it in the bike and then and keep practicing it.
Okay, good tip. Yeah, so I had to do that, and I'm so horrible at U-turns. I have to step down and then do that crawling thing. Yeah, the half crawl to do the U-turn. Yeah, and then I thought I was the only one doing it. I mean, okay, I think I'm the only one on flat pedals that day.
No, there's definitely no.
Oh, okay, that's great. Yeah, but it's nice to know that I'm not the only one with bad bike handling skills. Like, there were quite a few people doing it.
Like, the volunteers were telling her at every U-turn, they're saying oh, don't worry. Like, there were many others who had to get off it and push.
Yeah. I mean, it's not so I don't look fast, yeah. But I mean, you do what I can do at that point of time. And when it comes to aid stations, I think for Nathan, he could do that. Like, you can be on the, he can grab. I have to stop and then hi, I need the bottle. And then he'll be like, oh, you need it, you don't have to. You get down there yeah. Yeah, and then I realized I'm not the only one doing it as well. So that's nice to know. Yeah, and surprisingly, I was going quite slowly, 24, 35 km per hour because of the winds. But somehow...
that's slow. You're only 5 kilometers an hour slower than Nathan. Right? It's not that slow.
But it adds up. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm still going faster than some people. I'm like, oh wow, that's crazy. Yeah, and then after that, what happened was, I'm not very good. I didn't really go down the aero bars as much as I wish I would have, because you do go faster and be more efficient on the aero bars. Yeah, so what happened was, I was battling the winds. Like only when the wind like died down, maybe closer to the evening time, then I could go on to my aerobus.
Yeah.
Other fun things that happened was that I fell on my bike.
You crash.
Yeah, I crashed.
You don't want a cone or what?
No, nothing.
Just a line off the side of the road?
Yeah, I just like went flat down because my chain rings was stuck. So it was completely stuck. I couldn't pedal at all. And then
Drop the chain.
yeah.
So surprisingly, her chain went in between like a big chain ring and a small chain ring, which was not very common. Usually it drops.
All the way out. Yeah.
Correct.
So then, I think the issue with the bike is that I think because the bottle, the straw, the hydration bottle on the top, leaks. So when it leaks, like the sugar, like the carb, so it goes into the brakes, like the brake fine. So it makes the brake a little bit stiff. So I think when she saw that her chain was stuck, she had to pull the brakes, but because it was like kind of stuck, so finally when it gripped a bit too hard, and it was a front brake. So that's when the bike flipped.
Nice.
Yeah, so I sat on like very harsh tarmac roads, and I was like, oh man, I'm only 105 km in. Like, I'm so screwed. There's 75 km more to go, and there was no like technical official or traffic marshal. Not as much as maybe like a few hours ago, because most of them have already finished, so you don't really need so much manpower on the road.
So you're sitting on the side of the road, chain had dropped.
Yeah.
Did you fix it yourself or did the mechanic come by? You did?
No, I fixed it
Nice.
myself. So what happened was actually a few days before it, like a similar situation happened
Yeah. Also,
On the train.
on the trainer. Yeah. And then he was fixing it for me. Then I was telling him like, hey, I think I have to learn.
Yeah.
In case like it happens
wise
to
words.
Yeah. And then he was saying, no, like you just wait for the mechanic, you can't do it.
Yeah.
Because every time he teaches me something, he gets very frustrated because
Back to the swimming, right?
I can't really like listen to him very well. I'm just not very good with the audio learning. Yeah, so I decided to watch a YouTube video on the chain ring. So really you have to push the
Rear derailleur.
rear derailleur.
Derailleur hanger. Okay.
Yeah, to make it looser so that you can move your chain ring to the
The chain.
The front, yeah, she need to move with the derailleur as well, yeah.
Yeah, I'm still very bad with the bike term, so yeah, they're explaining it for me. Yeah, so I did that, and then I was like, wow, hallelujah, because there was no one like until like a few kilometers down that I could reach out to in order to fix my bike. So along the because I crashed, so my bike seat went up, like turned up.
Oh. So
Yeah, turned up. Yeah, correct. So
you
yeah, I didn't dare to do that because you know
Wreck the bike.
it's very very vulnerable. So so I managed to find a bike technical bike mechanic along the way, and he was like a very sweet old man. So I said sweet old man because you know he's old, but he's also a bit slow. So yeah, and then after that I was asking him, oh, can you help me level my seat because it's tilted? And then he was like finding all his tools from his bag, and then he was saying, oh, I don't think I have the tools for it. And then like I started panicking inside, but I cannot show. And then after that,
that's a basic tool. That's Allen key, right?
yeah. But he has so many like keys and tools that he needed time to find. And then it's quite funny because when he unzipped the second part of his bag, like there was like a bunch of molten gels that exploded.
Yeah, he's also making the more guys and worth speed. It's like he knows how it works.
Yeah, then I was like saying, oh, that's a lot of molten gels. I said, yeah, I took a lot of them. Like,
You'll see if you don't tell about the whole big fails.
and then the way he did level my seat, he did like 1001, 1002, 1000.
So it's like that scene from Zootopia. Where the bunny goes into the DMV and then suddenly like
Yeah,
everything
exactly.
is slow.
And then he was like making sure that I could like sit on my bike, and then I'm like, oh, this is taking a while, but
a race, you know, it's a race.
But he was like such a sweet old man, and I know like he's doing his best, so I could not.
He's
say
volunteering as well.
Exactly. Yeah, so thank God, like I could fix my chain ring, because I think if not for that, I wouldn't be able to find this bike technician to, level my seat and then like continue going.
So once you're back on the bike and you were moving forward again,
Yeah.
was it like a surge of adrenaline? Now you're
It was a surge, but also like some sense of cautiousness in case I fall again and then my bike breaks into half. Yeah, so shout out to Tammy because this was her. This is actually her bike.
Yes.
Yeah, and like it's such a beast because I fell so many times and somehow it's still working.
Giant Avow Trinity, right? Or Live Avow.
They say that like the bike is as strong as she is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then finishing the bike. Now, so that was your milestone, right? Finishing the bike is like, can't get cut anymore.
Yeah, so I was like, I mean, I was hoping to do like about like 7-hour bike ride, but I think this was the best I could do at that point of time. And I guess if I didn't make my pit stops and like my pauses when it comes to like nutrition, I would have gotten a sub 7, 6 hour 55 minutes of moving time on my Strava.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's okay.
Overall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the problem is that the thing with triathlon is if you didn't have those pauses on the bike, you might not have the legs to run.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a balance.
Yeah, so it did save me a lot of time to like give me a lot of time to rest and also make sure that I had energy for like the run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Run was okay. By the time it was like everything.
Yeah, my T2 was fun. Like it was like a party in the T transition too. Because I mean we're all slow and we're all lousy bike riders. I mean, yeah, we finished at around 7.5 hours, right? And then
But Nathan, your run was strong. You did finish it. Okay.
Yeah, so because of the
5 hours?
Yeah, 5 hours, 4:50 something. Yeah. So I started the run feeling strong, but because of the bike GI issue, so the first 10 click was going well. It was like a 4:5:30 pace.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I felt
That's
that,
way under an hour, right?
yeah. So I was like, I did it for 11 Ks. Then I was telling myself that if I can maintain this pace, I would definitely be able to finish in maybe a sub 12 overall timing. Probably finish a marathon in under 4 hours as well. But then after 11 Ks, because of the GI issues, I couldn't take in more carbs. Even just taking a gummy, like it made me wanna like really uncomfortable. Yeah, so I just couldn't stomach anything. I just took more water, make sure I didn't have any cramps. So I had those salt tablets that I chewed on. And then I just did like a walk jog all the way until like the 26K mark. Stomach finally gave up, went to those Portaloos. I took a dump. Yeah, and then
A lot of people do that actually.
at least I didn't do it myself this time, not like the bike. Yeah, so
And after that, did you feel much better and you can start taking
Yes.
nutrition again?
it felt better because didn't have like the gas and discomfort. But then immediately after I took the dump, I could feel like my gastric juices just like sloshing inside because it was totally empty. And then that's when I tried taking on like the cookies at the A station.
It's like solid.
Yeah, but it was so dry, so I had like Coke and water. And then finally, I think about the 30Ks mark, I took banana. I started taking bananas, and I think my advice is if anyone who has GI issues, just take bananas from the start because somehow it's really good.
Well, bananas, I was reading somewhere, bananas, you digest them in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So they're high fiber and they are easily digestible, so it doesn't strain your body too much.
So somehow, like, yeah, my stomach was able to take in the bananas, and that's when I started getting more energy back. So that's when I was able to run more than I was walking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, other than that, I mean, I was hoping to get a faster run time, but I think sub 5 is still pretty good.
That's your first.
Yeah, that's
Both of your first Ironmans, right? So did you have a goal? Was it 12 hours
I mean, ideally, the moment because when I started my run after the first 11 click, I was telling myself that I can get sub 12.
Yeah.
But of course, as I progressed on with all the issues and everything, then I kind of told myself that as long as it's sub 13, I'm fine. Sub 12 is impossible. So yeah, I was walking, and the last 10 click, I think I told myself, I kept looking at my watch just to make sure that I'm able to finish within the 13 hours. Yeah, so I think even though I had that like mindset or goal to finish like sub 12, I just told myself that like whatever it is, it's my first one, just finish it. Yeah. Yeah.
Abby, did you walk it, run it? How did you do it?
Man,
She's a beast.
Yeah, pretty funny.
That was the shuffle, right? Was it? Did you actually run it?
I mean, I read it. Oh my goodness. So what happened was, I told myself, because I'm already so slow in terms of my run, and the last thing I wanted to do was to walk.
Yeah.
Right?
It's actually a big psychological barrier. Once you walk,
Yes.
it's easy to walk again.
Yes,
right?
exactly. So I remembered watching this video of this girl that also did a Busselton from 0 to Ironman, and then she told herself like she's only going to walk through the 8 station. Yeah, so I told myself, okay, the only time I'm gonna be able to walk is through the 8 station.
Yeah, and that's a legitimate strategy, actually.
Yeah.
People do that because the 8 stations is it's only a certain distance, and it actually lets your heart rate drop a little bit, so then you can take the nutrition. You're not throwing the water on you. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's also like a perk me up, right? And you take a cola and then like, okay, that's nice, and I can continue running again. And also shout out to Arthur if she's ever watching this. Yeah, because that time during the Bintang camp, after our 114 km bike ride, we had to go for a run.
Yeah.
And then he gave like a 10-minute long lecture, which is like someone's like 2 km worth of run, right? On how you should not be walking after the bike ride. And then I felt a bit guilty also. Okay, maybe I should.
So you're jogging along, and then all, the back of your mind, you hear Arthur yelling at you.
Because he broke it down to say that once you walk, you kind of gain 4 minutes per km.
Yeah, and it's a lot for like 42 km, right? Or like maybe even 10 km, like 4 minutes more per km. It's like 40 minutes. Yeah, and then I told myself like, okay, I'm going to walk through the 8 station and do a jog. And it's only 1.6 km away from each, right? From 8 station to 8 station. So there's no reason to walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then...
You're breaking your race down to 1.5
I
kilometer
know, right?
sections.
And then my quad started cramping so bad. Like, it was like a cinch. Like it's just like a kind of feeling. And then in my mind, I'm like, oh my goodness, please don't cramp. Like, this is the worst time to cramp. It was like maybe like a 20 km mark in. And then I just continue running. So it's like a mental game. Don't cramp in my mind. And then as I walk, I felt like my legs were going to give way. But I told myself, no, this is not the time. This is not the time that you should cramp. And then we just continue. And I continued all the way for 4 laps. And until the finishing line. And everything went to a blur. And then I saw my finishing time, 15:05. I'm like, are you serious? Are you
Like 2 hours faster than you thought you were going to. Like you're, in the back of your mind, just finished under the cut-off time, which is 17, right?
Exactly. And then I saw him passing the finisher medal to me. I was just in like total shock. I was
Abigail, you are an Ironman. Do you remember that?
No, I totally did not register that all. I didn't even hear it, I think. Yeah, I just remember me looking up at the finishing panel, and that time I'm like,
Getting the blue flag, and then it has the name, right? At the time.
And I thought I wouldn't care about that time, but when I saw it, I was so elated. I couldn't believe it. Like, that's what was going on in my mind. I couldn't believe
So
that.
Nathan, you were the one that put the medal on. So are they let you do, like, did you have to ask them, or what was it?
Yeah, so basically when I finished my race, because only the participants are allowed in the finishing area, so I told one of the volunteers, I said, like, my wife is still running, can I wait for her so that I can hand her the medal and a towel? And then they said, like, yeah, sure, it shouldn't be an issue, So then, by the time I didn't have my phone, so I didn't know how far, she was from the finish. And so then one of the volunteers actually took out his phone, he downloaded the tracker app. So he didn't even have it in his phone, and then he took it out, downloaded, and then he said, okay, what's the wife's name? Let's track her. So when he took it out, it was like, she still had like 28 Ks more. And the traffic at 8.
She can go back to the shower.
Yeah, so the volunteer just told me, like, why don't you head to the recovery tent, have your food, go and keep yourself warm, or maybe you can take a shower, wash up and stuff. So that's what I did. So I went to eat some stuff, went back to the hotel.
That's the best time to eat is right after the race.
Yeah. So I went to take a shower. It was the best shower ever. I didn't want to leave.
Just like washing the worries.
All the pain. And all my piss. Yeah, so I just took a nice shower. I had my phone there just to make sure that I didn't miss her. Then eventually when I came out, I think she was about to start her last loop. You were halfway. She was already on her, like, the last half of her 10Ks. So when she went past me, I wanted to shout to her that, like, quickly finish before your Garmin runs out of battery. Because I opened mine and
that's another story.
Yeah, so But I was thinking that if I told her that she's gonna be so stressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I told her, remember to ring the bell. You think that would that's better? Yeah, so she was like, oh yeah, okay, thank you. So she ran.
Yeah, and when I saw him there, I was so happy because he finished.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah. So
he gave
you know
me
he's
extra-
finished, and then he knows you're finished, and yeah. So finish line feels are a real thing.
Yeah. Like for me during the run, like as much as I was having all the issues, whenever I was walking, I would always tell myself that if Abby is able to do it, because every time I see her just like running, never walk. Yeah, so every time I saw her, I would just tell myself that like, if she can do it, I should be running as well.
Yeah.
Even though I'm uncomfortable, she probably feels worse.
Yeah.
So that kept me going all the way. So eventually, when I saw her in the last, I think 3 km, just before the last knee turn, I went back to the finisher area. Then I told the volunteers that my wife is reaching in like 10 minutes. Said no, and yeah, so they allowed me to put the medal in towel. And the moment, of course, I put the medal, she just smoked out.
Yeah, I told him I ran the full marathon and just like couldn't believe it. And I cried.
Yeah, for someone that didn't expect to finish the bike
Yeah.
or preparing to you're psychologically ready.
Not even the bike. Yeah.
The swim was not even,
One thing I noticed about your run as well, you had like a picnic worth of food in your side pockets of your. Did you pack that from T2, or was that like you stealing that from the aid station?
I think it's both.
Yeah. There's a mortar and personalities and everything. Yeah.
Actually, if you want a good time, don't just try not to take the mortars. It's very difficult to find your nutrition, the right nutrition for yourself during the run.
So 1 week later, finish line fields are still the finish high is still legit.
Yeah, so someone told us that the finishing high would be it would last a week. We didn't believe, but it's true.
Yeah.
We have verified it.
Still wearing your t-shirts.
Yeah.
1 week later, you still wearing the t-shirts.
Yeah.
Gotta flex it,
Yeah,
show it off.
always. I mean, it's very unreal that we did this in one year.
Yeah. So if you met yourself a year ago, and just before you push that submit button for the wing, what's the biggest lessons learned, or what will you tell yourself? Don't worry, you can do it.
I think I'll tell myself to not worry so much. Like
The little things.
yeah, like trust your training, trust the process. Have a good community around you that will support you and be able to share your stories, your triathlon stories, because as much as you feel it's a very lonely sport, actually everyone feels the same way and have similar feelings when they're going through the process as well. Yeah.
And it's funny, right? So there's 2 of you did the Ironman, but actually in the race there's thousands,
Yeah.
right? And they're to do a good race. They've all done similar journeys than you, right? So sort of like a community of.
Yeah, so it's quite funny when we are talking to some of the triathletes. I mean, some of our friends were also doing their first 70.3 and they were sharing their stories and some doubts. And they were like, oh man, so we are not the only ones feeling the same way. So we're also giving like very honest and candid advice and like how we feel. Like, I think I'm a very, I'm not shy to share that I cry and I have a lot of doubts about myself. So I just share the honest opinion and they'll say, oh, I actually felt that as well. Yeah, so it's nice to know that I'm not alone. I think for Nathan, he has a very different feeling from me. Yeah. Do you? I don't know.
I mean, okay, so for us, like, because we join Elevate for training, just for the training camp, so we don't actually join them for their swim squad or run squad or anything. But they have built such a community where, they're so supportive. Like some of their members actually, before our race, they actually like ask us for meals, to share tips and advice on how we can do this Ironman better. Yeah, and what to not worry about or what to focus on. Yeah. So I think for both of us, since we don't really train with them, just having this community of people to just share their tips, really helped us, overcome and ease our nerves leading up to that race. And definitely
to know that you're not struggling through this alone.
Rather even just like listening to their stories, you kind of know that like it's okay if you don't finish. There's always another day. This doesn't have to be the only race. Of course, Arthur did ask us like, why are we rushing? And I mean, we told him that it's because we family planning.
Yeah.
Tend to have kids.
Because you don't know when the kids.
Yeah.
Family planning is not necessarily planned, right? You can't like.
Doesn't mean you want.
You can't say December next year. You're gonna have a day.
Can't sign up again. Click the button, the kid appears. Yeah. So that's why we kind of
Now or never, right?
Yeah. And it's quite nice that the community, I mean, they're all full-time working adults. They have their own struggles. They have their own family. So, like, whatever they say creates a lot of impact because we know that it's not that, triathlon is just their lives. They have, like, things outside.
Yeah.
And then, they do understand our struggles as working adults. And maybe even more because they have children on the side as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Quite. Luckily, you guys managed to do it together. You did the whole journey together, and finish together. Everything's like turned out quite well.
Yeah.
So, have you signed up for another race already?
And we have different opinions on this.
I mean, my parents have been telling me like, enough, but I'm just like, I know it's not enough.
You want to break 12 hours to unfinished business?
Honestly, I feel like I want to. And I mean, Busselton is honestly for a first timer or basically anyone who is doing triathlon, it's a beautiful place. Yeah, it's really nice. I mean, we were really lucky that the conditions were great as compared to last year. Yeah, so maybe we'll probably go back for a 70.3. It's just a matter of whether we'll do it next year or next time. Yeah, but we're looking for other races like maybe half distance. Because
So, full Ironman, is it one and done, or is it like, since you're Ironman now, right?
I think never say never, lah.
yeah, I feel like I would definitely. I didn't finish the race feeling like I gave it my all, mostly because I had to run.
Yeah.
Because I was limited by the GI.
Like if you had finished, if you'd done a 4 hour, even a 4:20 sort of marathon,
I would
and
do a
ran
lot
and powered through the whole thing, you might be thinking differently, right?
Yeah. So, but definitely, I was telling her that I was way more proud of her in finishing her race than I was of myself because I knew that when I was on the run, I knew that I could finish. It was just a matter of what was my time. I could have walked the entire run all the way, or I could have just, run and finish faster. But I knew that I would be able to finish. But for her, all the setbacks that she went throughout our entire year, just knowing how much she struggled, all the anxieties, like, I was so super proud of her finishing the race. That's why, to me, it was like, I mean, people did ask, am I going to run with her this time around? Like I did with Western Sydney, but I was like, no. It's so long, 2 hours. Yeah, so I told myself that, like, what better way, since not many people are able to give the medals to their loved ones, at the
I think that was great.
So, because usually only participants are allowed. And even then, the organizers, like the Ironman staff, they did tell me that it was because it was already quite late in the day. That's why they were.
Yeah, can you imagine all the spouses and loved ones and boyfriends and girlfriends giving each other medals?
That's crazy.
It was like a real blessing, and fortunate enough to be able to present the medal to her.
Okay, I think we better wrap up.
Yeah.
Abigail, best way to get a hold of you? Run with Abby
Yes.
on Instagram, right?
Yeah, it might change soon.
Yeah, Iron Abby.
But I'll keep it for now.
Iron Woman.
Yeah.
And Nathan _triathlon, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Guys, thanks for coming in. Thanks for the recap.
Yeah.